What do you have to say for yourself now, Alice? What do you have to say now about your gargantuan failure of a league? There are no more excuses to be made. The polish is no longer making this turd falsely appealing. The cord-cutting excuse, no bueno. The excuse that ratings are declining for everything on cable television, no longer valid. The excuse that the NBA is extremely popular on social media, that you're the most watched league on Blue Sky. The excuse that all the kids enjoy watching your highlights on TikTok. No one cares. I'll tell you who damn sure doesn't care, your broadcast partners. Hell, you better enjoy the views that you are getting on TikTok because it might be illegal here in about 6 weeks. There are no more excuses. There is no one left to blame. Like I have been telling you guys for years now, the problems in the NBA, those problems start at the top, and there's only one logical solution to this problem. You have got to get Adam Silver out of the building. I don't care that he's a nice guy. I don't care if he feeds starving mules on cold winter nights. I don't care about Adam Silver being the neighbor who will bring in your trash can from the road and cut your yard when you're out of town. I don't care. This dude has destroyed the NBA. He has taken the golden goose and he has turned it into the devastating doodle. Back in the late 2000s, I had just graduated from college and I was starting my first real job. It was an entry-level sales position at a location that was struggling just like the NBA is. 18 months later, I had found a way to increase sales by 300%. Now, obviously, the general manager at my location was thrilled. He went from making 50 grand a year to making 6 figures. My district manager, he was happy. My regional manager was happy. Corporate was happy. Everyone was happy. But what everyone didn't know besides my general manager at the location, we had gotten extremely lucky. I was not some elite salesman. Actually, I sucked. I'm not a good salesman. I don't like asking people to buy things. That's why I struggle asking you guys for donations and channel memberships. I don't like asking people for money. I had gotten lucky though because a multi-billion-dollar project was started across the street from our office. On paper, it looked like I had went out and landed dozens of new accounts because there were over 100 contractors working on site. Me and my general manager, what we both knew at the time, the surge in sales, it was temporary. We knew it would carry us for 18 months, maybe 2 years, but eventually the project would be completed and the contractors, they would leave town and we would go back to being a struggling office. I used to tell my GM, we need to give corporate a heads up, need to let them know that this is only temporary, because if we don't, sales are going to naturally crash and they are going to think that we fucked everything up. But my general manager, he never said a word. 2 years later, the project was completed, sales crashed. Maybe a year or so after that, my general manager, he was fired. The way corporate looked at it was, he got lucky. The way they looked at it, you had 2 years to prepare for this. You had 2 years to build a foundational business while your salesman, me, was lining your pockets with this project. And instead of preparing, instead of looking towards the future, you sat on your ass and you didn't do a damn thing. Adam Silver took over as NBA commissioner in February of 2014. David Stern handed him a league that was drawing their best ratings since the 1990s. He handed Alice a trio of superstars in LeBron James, Steph Curry, and Kevin Durant who were capable of drawing a mainstream audience, and they were in the prime of their careers. And for the next 6 years, everything was fine. Problem is, those stars inevitably aged. One of them ordered a double dose of the woke wiener and alienated half the NBA's fan base. And instead of Adam Silver planning for the future, instead of Adam Silver planning for the inevitable day that this trio of superstars would age out of the league, age out of their prime drawing years, instead of Adam Silver noticing this alarming trend of ratings declines that has been tumbling down Brokeback Mountain for the last few years, Alice decided to sit back and do nothing. The only thing he did was make excuses. And now this polished turd of a league is being humiliated. They're being dominated in the ratings by women's volleyball. If you haven't already, make sure to like and subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter at KC_BTL84. If you want to vote for the second annual Huge Embarrassing Failure Awards, link to vote in the description below. Should be a highly contested race this year for the HEF Awards. Woke Media, the NBA, Cackle and Cam Harris. We have seen epic levels of embarrassing failure this year. So if you want to place your vote, click the link in the description below. It takes you all of 5 seconds. Tuesday night, Bucks Thunder. It was the only game on the NBA schedule. There was minimal competition on TV for the NBA Tuesday night, which is exactly why Alice moved the game from Saturday to Tuesday. I guess Alice is tired of being emasculated by everything else on television. He's tired of the NFL taking over Christmas Day. He's tired of oiled up men in tuck-friendly bathing suits jumping off the top rope and frog splashing the NBA's ratings. Presidential election, Major League Baseball, the UFC. Hell, the NBA has gotten so weak under the leadership of Alice, they can't compete with anything. Not only can they not compete, they're afraid to compete. So Adam Silver moves the fake championship game for the doofus NBA Cup from Saturday night to Tuesday night. Now, to his credit, it kind of worked. Bucks Thunder drew 3 million viewers, which was the second largest audience for the NBA this season. We are so back! We are beating reruns of Desperate Housewives! Woohoo! Yes, yes, yes! You might want to hold the butt bongo celebration because ratings were down 35% compared to last year. But still, 3 million viewers, that is a good number for a game in the regular season. Problem is, it was the only good number this week. As the week continued, NBA ratings, they didn't just descend Brokeback Mountain, they plunged directly into the bruised caboose. Thursday night, Thunder Magic TNT. I have no idea why this matchup was on national television. To his credit, I'm sure Adam Silver was trying to feature young stars, which that's a great thing, good thing. But the young stars for the Magic, they're all injured. And the young stars in Oklahoma City, they have go-away heat, which is why this barely anticipated matchup drew 496,000 viewers. Now, this was not 496,000 on NBA TV. This was 496,000 on TNT. Remember when I told you guys that we would reach a point where the WNBA surpassed the NBA in ratings and popularity? We're here. The damn dump was eclipsing 496,000 viewers before Caitlin Clark put on her steel-toed boots and hard hat. The dump was eclipsing that number before Angel Reese mesmerized half-filled arenas in Chicago with her amazing ability to airball wide-open layups. This is a disaster of epic proportions. The NBA, they should be giving TNT a refund. The other game on the doubleheader that night, Knicks-Wolves. Now the Knicks, they are a legacy franchise. The Wolves, they have a potential superstar who could be the face of the NBA. Unfortunately, no one cares because they drew 722,000 viewers. 2 days earlier, Live Golf drew 625,000 on TNT. I didn't know that Live still existed. I thought it was the opposite of Live. I thought it was dead. But the rotting turd of a golf league outdrew the NBA on TNT. Thursday night, women's college volleyball on ESPN 1.1 million viewers. Just think about that. The NBA has fallen so far, they can't compete with women's college volleyball. How in the hell does Adam Silver still have a job? This is one of the main problems in the NBA. There is no accountability. There are no repercussions for incompetence. Adam Silver should have been fired 4 years ago when he allowed this league to embrace mythical racism. But instead of firing his ass, NBA owners, they gave him a contract extension through 2030. By the time we get to the end of his contract, this league will be buried in the woke cemetery. Everything is dominating the NBA. The NBA Summer League is dominating the regular season. There were more people watching scrubs this summer trying to earn a spot on an NBA roster than people who are watching the actual stars in the regular season. Why? The dudes playing in Summer League, they might be scrubs, but at least they are trying. At least they are giving maximum effort. At least they are playing with aggression. They're hungry. They are trying to earn their spot. Yesterday afternoon, I had a meeting with my account manager here on YouTube. He is my point of contact for any issues I have with YouTube. Also gives me updates on rules, terms, and conditions, along with advice to help me grow my channels. He mentioned that he had watched my video the other day on the NBA because he noticed that WWE was in the title. He grew up watching the WWE and he grew up watching the NBA. Title of the video piqued his interest, so he decided to check it out. He's my age, so he grew up in the golden era of both the NBA and the WWE. He's also from Costa Rica, and that's where he currently lives, so he's not keeping up with the narratives in the American media. When he brought this up yesterday, he asked me what happened to the players in the NBA. More specifically, he asked what happened to the aggression. He said NBA players used to be so forceful. They used to play like they were pissed off. Now the game is too friendly and it makes it boring. He's absolutely right. If the NBA Cup were a thing in the 1990s and the league was offering the winners $500,000 apiece, the players, they would destroy each other on the court to get that money. They would be busting their ass to win that money. They would be talking shit leading up to the game. They would build up the NBA Cup as a can't-miss event. Today, the NBA Cup is like a mild queef that is overpowered by the powerful boodle breeze of the whoopee cushion from The View. The players would rather be friends than be entertainers. Go watch the lead up to a UFC fight or a major boxing match. When Jake Paul and Mike Tyson were building up their fight, they didn't hold hands and sing the woke classics. Why can't we hold hands even though we're men? During the lead up to the fight, Mike Tyson, he slapped the shit out of Jake Paul. Now, once the fight was over, they went back to respecting each other, but only after the fight was over. We no longer see that level of aggression. We no longer see that toxic masculinity in the NBA. It pisses me off when I see a player from the opposing team helping another player up off the floor. What the hell are you doing? You're competing. Leave his ass down there. You guys remember Kyle Turley? Used to play for the Saints and the Rams. Kyle Turley, he was not helping dudes off the field in the NFL. He was ripping their helmets off and tossing the helmet into the front row. That desire to be dominant, that desire to crush your opponent, it is sorely missing in the NBA. The league is soft. This league is soft. And that soft mentality, it starts at the top with Adam Silver. It is too late. It is too late for the private to become the general because no one is going to believe it. Once you have lost a man's respect because you're soft, it is damn near impossible to get it back. In order to start solving the problems in the NBA, you got to get rid of the creator of the problems Adam Silver. But give me your thoughts on this. NBA dominated by women's college volleyball. Less than 500,000 people watched a nationally televised game on TNT. In all my years covering the NBA, that is the lowest number I have ever seen outside of games on NBA TV. I am deeply concerned about the future of the NBA. Drastic changes need to be made immediately. But sound off in the comments below. I'll see you guys later.